NBA is brought to you in association with Nike.
I'm back, baby.
And so are we, bigger and better than ever.
A major league block by Shaquille.
A rare bird has flown the coop.
This is not a sad day. It's a very emotional day, but it's not really a sad day.
But not before he and the Dream Team picked up their gold medals. So stay with us as we bring you the very best in NBA basketball. We start off with a look at the three biggest trades of the summer, beginning with Sir Charles. After 8 turbulent seasons, the Sixers sent Barkley to Phoenix in exchange for Jeff Hornacek, Tim Perry and Andrew Lang.
I have no problem with high expectations. I mean, you only have 2 types of expectations, high and low. And if people didn't expect us to be any good, I would be disappointed.
The oft-rumored trade of Chuck Person finally happened, with the Rifleman and Michael Williams heading to Minnesota in exchange for Pooh Richardson and Sam Mitchell.
I don't think necessarily that trading Chuck or Michael says that it was their fault. I just think that, you know, some of those personalities had to be taken out of the mix and some new ones had to be put in.
And after playing high school, college and professional basketball in New York, Mark Jackson was traded to the Clippers in a 3-way deal.
I've been a New York guy all my life, and that's all I know. So this was something new.
Thus far, Jackson has been impressive out on the West Coast, but while the Magic stockpiled draft picks and the Clippers also acquired Stanley Roberts, the Knicks may have gotten themselves a chance to unseat Chicago, as we see in the Atlantic Division preview. The biggest hurdle for the New York Knicks may be for Pat Riley to mesh all of his new players into a cohesive unit. Everyone in New York is anxious to see the new-look Knicks, but Riley is stressing patience with the new personnel.
Well, the first thing we have to do is sort of get out of the newcomers and not worry that much in the first couple of weeks about roles or about any of those things, but to see if these guys, all of us, can become part of the team.
With 7 new faces, Riley will have his work cut out for him, but many observers see this Knicks team as the main challengers to Chicago in the Eastern Conference.
I can see where the fans and the media can come from, you know, talking title and championship, but it's just not that cut and dry. It's just not that clear because it is tough for a whole new ball club to come together. It's a really tough job, and guys are going to have to make a lot of sacrifices.
New York's toughest challenge will again come from the Boston Celtics. The Celtics will have to somehow fill the void left by the retirement of Larry Bird. However, this is a veteran team which has played without Larry before, and they know what it takes to get the job done.
Everybody got to work a lot harder, obviously. You know, we're missing a great player in Larry Bird. I think individually and collectively we got to elevate our game up another level to be as successful as we were last year. I think we demonstrated that we could play without Larry there towards the end of the season and the first round of the playoffs. So hopefully that momentum will carry over to this year.
With Reggie Lewis now firmly established as the new Celtics go-to guy, Boston went looking for some toughness in the off-season and came up with one of the most physical players in the league, Xavier McDaniel.
I think he's another experienced player, a guy who can put the ball in the basket. He brings an aggressive style to the game. And, you know, he is a guy who has been out there night in, night out throughout the NBA wars and has done good things.
Another team which is poised to challenge for the top spot in the division is the young and hungry New Jersey Nets. New head coach Chuck Daly comes in with some impressive credentials, including 2 championship rings. Now he'll try to build the improving Nets into a title contender.
When you come into a new situation, you've got to find out a lot about your players. And that's what we're going to do in training camp and the exhibition season, find out what they can do offensively, and then try to build on the defense and become a good professional club.
Last season, the Nets reached the playoffs for the first time in 6 years, and now with Kenny Anderson ready to take charge, New Jersey must take their play to the next level.
I think our expectations for this upcoming season is first to get off to a great start. I think we got off last year to a lousy start, but as the season went on, we started to progress. So our main concern is to get off to a good start and try to go farther than we were last year in the playoffs.
Another team seeking to go further in the playoffs are the Miami Heat. The Heat are coming off their first postseason trip ever and now look to be a lethal threat every time they take the floor.
I think basically what we're trying to do is improve off last season.
Another team to be reckoned with are the new-look Philadelphia 76ers, who traded Charles Barkley for Jeff Hornacek, Tim Perry and Andrew Lang. New head coach Doug Moe hopes to increase his team's athleticism so they can keep up with his run-and-gun style.
We just want to make sure that we get in shape, that guys learn what we want to do, and that we can come up with a good enough defense to compete in this league.
One team sure to play tough defense is the Washington Bullets. Wes Unseld's no-nonsense approach makes the Bullets one of the hardest working teams in the league.
My expectations are high for this team this year. Realizing, though, that we still have some key questions that need to be answered, but with the people that we have here in camp, we think that we are going to be an exciting, fun team to watch and hopefully competitive.
The Bullets had some strength up front last season with Harvey Grant and Purvis Ellison. Now they add rookies Tom Gugliotta and Don McLean to help beef up the inside game. However, the key newcomer may be shooting guard Rex Chapman, from whom the Bullets are expecting big things.
We hope that Rex Chapman will give us a consistent scoring at that 2 position. We also expect Rex to be the athlete that we all think he can be, and to just give us some overall leadership, but most of all, we're looking for scoring.
In Orlando, more scoring shouldn't be a problem, as the much-publicized arrival of Shaquille O'Neal has everyone buzzing in the Magic Kingdom.
Look at this break. Look at O'Neal trailing. Watch out! In by Sally. Past the cyclers, and the dunk is turned back by O'Neal. A major league block by Shaquille.
Obviously, everybody's much more confident and feeling enthused and excited about starting the season. The guys got to play with Shaquille maybe 5 or 6 or 7 times in pickup game situations, and they've seen some of the things he can do, and he's overpowering. And it's going to make everybody a better basketball player. And you know, if you can't get excited about that, I don't know what will do it.
With a healthy Dennis Scott and Nick Anderson, the rest of the league now know that the Magic are a team that no longer can be taken lightly.
To the shot.
Now that's what you need to see.
This summer at the 23rd Olympiad, the USA took the world by storm, assembling a dream team that devastated their opponents, good enough to take the gold medal in their sleep.
You're like wearing a flag on your back, and the whole world is watching you now, and you got to go out and do your best.
You feel like you're just in the spotlight. You feel like someone took you as a sample of the United States.
When you win the gold medal, you're winning it not only for yourself and your family, but also, you know, for the whole entire United States.
Magic all the way, goes to the left hand.
You just marvel at Magic Johnson.
And I think the world is waiting to see the NBA. They don't want to see the collegians. They want to see the best, and we're sending our best right now.
After dominating the Tournament of the Americas, it was on to Barcelona, where the dream team was on a mission that seemed inevitable.
You know, it's always a lot of fun to be out there with teams that like to run, gun, and move the basketball. And we've been waiting on this for a long time. Now we're here, and we know we got a lot of games left, so we're going to enjoy it.
Let's go, here we go. Push it, push.
The dream team weren't stopping until they had the gold. Easily disposing of opponents. Behind leading scorer Charles Barkley, the United States surged into the final round. The gold medal game seemed less a contest than a coronation. Despite the Dream Team's success, there was one nightmarish reality that did surface during the Olympics: Larry Bird's chronic back problems, and now he would be forced to make a difficult decision.
underneath the DJ. What a play by Bird.
You are watching what greatness is all about. Unbelievable! Unbelievable! What can you say about Larry Bird?
When Larry Bird announced his retirement on August the 18th, it marked the end of an era at Boston Garden and the close of a career almost too perfect for the storybooks. At the age of 35, Bird had spent a lifetime scaling nearly every mountain in the basketball world, leaving an indelible mark not only on Celtic fans, but on anyone who ever saw him play the game.
Bird swoops in, what a fancy
wow. Larry faking the shot, throws it up, and hits it.
Put that in the can.
Bagley to Bird.
One out.
Larry Bird.
That follows his own shot. Oh, what a play. Johnson, as Kellogg shoots and is short with it and hard. And the rebound to Bird. Look at that pass.
Oh, what a show.
He is too much. Absolutely too much. The greatest player in the world. Oh, boy.
We figured up I played over 1,100 games for the Celtics. Sounds like a lot of games, but I probably played that many in my backyard before I got here.
Bird would first gain national attention at Indiana State University. Dominating the college ranks, he led the upstart Sycamores from obscurity through a near-miracle season. But for Bird, an even greater challenge was yet to come. In Boston, where he would be cast in the role of savior and charged with reviving the fortunes of a fading basketball dynasty.
Larry's presence right from the beginning was that I'm here to lead. I'm really here to lead you guys.
Back to Larry. Wants it. Got it.
Larry always said that. I want it. Besides, everybody in the building knew who the ball was going to anyway.
The double team in Bird. Larry fake. Fall away.
Hits it at the buzzer. All right. Unbelievable.
I could take my game to the next level just off the roar of the crowd.
Williams to Bird.
Bird and the Celtics proved to be a perfect fit, a marriage of purity and tradition that was consummated as the Celtics won 3 championships in 6 years. Along the way, Bird collected 3 MVP awards and established himself as the most dominant force in the game.
Here's Dennis, gets it into Bird. Larry, a runner. Got it! Ball game's over, Boston wins.
But when Bird's career is reflected upon, it's not the awards or championships that we're left with. It is the indomitable spirit, the single-minded dedication to basketball perfection that will always define Larry Bird.
He was the most self-motivated player I ever saw.
I've watched him pregame shoot 200, 300 times. That's work, but then his attitude has always been above reproach, the perfect demeanor, tough, confident, winner.
You look at people like MacArthur, where the war happens, and General Patton, there's a war for them to shine in. Larry was born to play basketball.
Before he came, even the good years, we had a couple of thousand seats for sale all the time. But after he came, you can't buy a ticket.
So what you see is kind of a Rocky story. A kid from small town comes to the city and makes good. And that's what Larry has done.
Larry Bird has had an impact on his franchise like few players in the history of the game. We're back after the break here on Screen Sport. Welcome back to Screen Sports NBA preseason preview.
I'm back, baby.
A seemingly unthinkable notion less than a year ago when Magic Johnson had his number retired. He stayed close to the game by trying to motivate the team he'd left behind, and at the White House at the start of a short-lived term on the President's Commission on AIDS. It was clear that Magic longed for the game, and all signs pointed to a dramatic return at the 1992 All-Star Game. He was greeted back to the court with open arms, and in turn he treated everyone to a truly magical cameo experience. His MVP performance left the door wide open for a return, and it would, as he and the rest of the Dream Team would begin their quest for Olympic gold.
Everybody wanted to check me out, and that was fine because I like that. I love the pressure of coming in and letting everybody see where I was, and I think they were kind of surprised at the shape I was in and that I could still do the things that I'm used to doing.
Speculation abounds as to whether Magic can endure the rigors of a full season, so now the game's ultimate winner is out to prove he still has what it takes.
Steal from Porter by Perkins to Scott to Magic. No look, bounce to Worthy. Oh! Did we forget the Magic? We didn't forget it, but it's good to see it back. Magic goes the other way, comes in deep, gives a great pass to Perkins, who scores. Give to Magic. Magic's going to shoot a three and make it. Campbell intercepted to Magic, a wraparound no-look pass, throws the crowd, and Scott finishes it off.
With Magic Johnson back in Los Angeles, the Lakers look to return to their winning ways and once again challenge for the Pacific Division title.
Well, I think that we're going to have a great year. I think that our team is definitely one of the top 3 or 4 teams in the NBA. We figured that we're going to be right there battling Portland and Utah and Phoenix and some of the other teams in the West.
New head coach Randy Fund has a solid core of veterans returning from last season. With the addition of free agent center James Edwards and first-round draft pick Anthony Peeler, the Lakers hope to be among the NBA elite.
We slipped, a lot last year, and for whatever the reasons, we have to reassert ourselves this year and prove that we belong back in the top of this league.
The Lakers will be looking to catch the Portland Trail Blazers, who made the finals for the second time in 3 years but came away empty. This season, the Blazers are looking to take the final step.
No, for us, the important thing is still to have that fire and continuation desire to go back to the finals and win the World Championship.
While Portland's starting unit remains intact, the Trail Blazers imported rookie Tracy Murray and free agents Rod Strickland and Mario Ellie to strengthen their bench.
Rod Strickland. The local fans are going to love it.
I'm looking forward to it. I think I have a tremendous opportunity here, and I'm just looking forward to winning and hopefully getting back to the championship.
I'm really looking forward to Rod coming in and be a positive contributor. He can play with either Terry or Clyde, and he has the ability to get in the open court and create some things for us.
While Portland won the Pacific last year, the team to beat in the West this season may be Phoenix, thanks to the blockbuster deal that made Charles Barkley a Sun.
Well, I think right now you got to have high expectations. I feel like obviously our goal is to win a championship. I think we have a legitimate shot at it.
New head coach Paul Westphal's biggest challenge will be to make sure that Barkley meshes with established stars Kevin Johnson and Dan Marley.
I'm not really worried about our chemistry. Charles is more than willing to pass the ball, and basically we'll use him any way he wants to be used.
Phoenix also imported free agent Danny Ainge during the off-season for his outside shooting and drafted Oliver Miller, who should provide size and scoring punch in the Suns' front court.
Well, I think this year is going to be a great year. You're going to see a different Phoenix Suns look with the new personnel, new head coach, new arena, and hopefully some new results. Hopefully we'll go a little further.
Back in LA, the Clippers have undergone major changes of their own, with Stanley Roberts and Mark Jackson acquired during the summer. Jackson will be counted on to move the Clippers into the league's upper echelons.
Jackson, yes! And it counts!
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous at first, but the guys have been great to me. The coaching staff, Coach Brown, is just exceptional, and it's been a great situation. I'm really excited about it.
Coach Larry Brown will also have a new supporting cast to work with. The Clippers signed Kiki Vandeweghe and drafted Randy Woods and Elmore Spencer, but Brown's main weapon will still be star forward Danny Manning.
Boy, the Clippers looking to run behind the back. Oh, Manning with a big-time jam.
I think Danny is the guy that everybody looks to initiate everything. He's our captain and our leader. If everybody worked as hard as he did, we're going to be in fine shape.
Meanwhile, in Seattle, the Supersonics are looking forward to their first full season under head coach George Karl.
We got 160 seconds to play basketball with a lead. Let's go get a lead here. Let's go, baby.
Carl will be at the helm of a veteran Seattle team that advanced to the second round of last year's playoffs and is out to prove this season that it was no fluke.
This team needs to be tested, and how good we are, we'll know. We're going to know this year in February or March the changes that we need to make, if we need to make them.
Seattle will rely increasingly on Shawn Kemp, who entering his 4th season seems to be on the verge of stardom.
I mean, he's an unbelievably talented player, and I think he's learning that, and we're giving him that time. We're not pressuring him or pushing him to lead us. You know, we're pushing him to be a part of this because we need him and we need each other.
Last year, another early postseason exit meant playoff disappointment again for Golden State. This year, the Warriors will look to keep running a high-octane offense, but they'll try to keep the opposition stuck in neutral.
Defensively is going to be our main focus. We feel we're going to score points. Now, if we can, you know, shave a few points off what we give up, that's going to help us a lot.
The Warriors helped themselves defensively in the offseason, signing free agent Jeff Grayer.
Well, we acquired Jeff to be our starter, play along with Timmy Hardaway. Now, I hope he can hold that job, and if he can't, that means there's going to be one heck of a player beat him out.
First-round draft pick Latrell Sprewell may get some of Grayer's minutes.
In the lane, Owens takes it and comes back 3-on-2. Lead pass to Sprewell, who takes it and jams it.
But the Warriors will never have to worry about creating points with Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullin around.
2 seconds to go in the quarter. Mullin has to force it. Good! Oh, what a shot by Chris Mullin!
Former Warriors assistant coach Gary St. Jean has taken over as head coach of Sacramento, where the Kings are making strides towards respectability.
Here's the L train to give and go. Oh, what a jam!
Unsigned first-round draft pick Walt Williams will bring versatility to Sacramento.
Number one, you're going to see a team that's going to be up-tempo, creating opportunities to win at the end of the game. And our objectives basically are to become a playoff ball club.
After the break, we'll look back at the 1992 NBA Finals here on Screen Sports. Welcome back to Screen Sport. Time now to take a look back at some memorable moments from the 1992 NBA Finals.
The Bulls trying to do what few have done before, and that is repeat.
The world has been waiting 2 years for this matchup. Jordan for three. Well, Michael has gone to a new weapon. He is hot. Woo! There's Jordan for three. Yes! Did you see that look? Michael indicating he can't believe it. This is the greatest performance, maybe ever.
Here comes Pippen. Pippen that stripped Jerome Kersey. Duckworth, Drexler, jams it over Billy Carter.
Oh, what a pass from Porter, finding Ainge. And the Portland Trailblazers with a dramatic come-from-behind effort. Here's Porter leading Drexler. Wide open basketball. Ainge cross-court bounce pass stolen by Paxson away from Porter. And Porter on the drive, can't get him, and Paxson lays it in. And this one is all but over in Portland.
Underneath, Horace goes up, blocked by Cliff Robinson, and Robinson tears it out of there. Great defensive play by Robinson.
Oh, and the Bulls have become unraveled here. So the Trailblazers tying the series at 2. Backs away from the double team, now takes it down the left side. 3 seconds to go on the shot clock. Fade away jumper, he scores. Oh, Michael turned an ankle, stepped on a photographer now. The franchise is sitting down on the bench holding his left ankle. And Michael Jordan's at the scorer's table, waiting to come back in the game. Michael Jordan's 46th leads Chicago to a win here in the pivotal 5th game, and the defending world champions are 1 victory away from making it 2 NBA titles in a row. Pass stolen by Porter. 2-on-1 out of Drexler. Drexler slams it to the left side. Porter down the right side to Clyde Drexler. Gives to Kersey for a freewheeling slam jam.
And I don't think Chicago can pull this one out. I really don't. There it is. Asleep. Superman back in the building. Superman is back in the building.
The Chicago Bulls have won the NBA championship for the second straight season.
And now we take an inside look at how the Bulls were built. In contrast to last June's celebrations, Chicago Stadium was a much quieter place approaching the 1984 draft. That would be forever changed.
The Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan has potential stardom, there's no doubt about it. His instincts for the game of professional basketball are outstanding, and he plays the game with charisma. When he gets his hands on the ball, the fans react, and not too many players in our league can you say that about him.
The expectations grew each year. Beginning of the season, you want to take it further. They started to expect you to go further, and the pressures became greater.
Jordan had emerged as the most explosive force in the NBA. Despite his individual brilliance, the Bulls struggled. The transformation of the squad began with the acquisition of free agent John Paxson in 1985. 2 seasons later, the draft day would once again reap huge benefits as Chicago added both Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, we were tremendously excited because we felt we had gotten 2 young athletes, 2 guys who could run and jump and were quick and had all the athletic skills we wanted.
When the Bulls dealt for Bill Cartwright in 1988, the new starting 5 was intact. Although the pieces were apparently in place, Chicago did not immediately realize their potential.
Well, it was real tough after our first year. People looked at it that Michael didn't have that supporting cast, and so the pressure was on them for us to start developing as players.
I think each one of us individually took it upon ourselves to make each one of us better players.
As the Bulls became the longest-running starting unit in the league, their diverse skills eventually gelled.
You don't gel as a team overnight. The chemistry has been a few years in the making, and we've gotten more comfortable with each other on the floor, more confident in our abilities as a group. It's a combination of so many things.
One thing you'll see from Chicago is excellent spacing on offense, good ball movement, unselfish play.
Somehow you just have to unite and stay together and grow as a team, as a whole, not as individuals, but as a whole. And I think that's what we did. We grew as a whole.
I would compete as hard as I am right now if it was at the Y or the rec league. I would play as hard as I'm playing right now. I mean, I'm one of these guys who, the competition of it all. Every night being able to go out there and compete, going hard, sweating, bumping, banging. Being out, I like that. I like being out there. I like playing. No matter how tired your body is or how worn you are, when they throw the ball up, you know, if you're a competitor, it's gonna come out and you're gonna compete.
Now we preview the Central Division, where the Chicago Bulls will try to become the first team in 26 years to win 3 straight championships.
There's going to be 26 other teams out there after us, and we're going to have to be ready for them physically and mentally every night to know that they're going to try to knock us off the mountain because we're number 1.
With Olympians Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan returning from an abbreviated summer vacation and the relentless work of Horace Grant, Chicago's greatest obstacle to the three-peat may be their ability to stay healthy. Enter veteran reserves Trent Tucker and Rodney McRae, who was rumored to be going to the Bulls for several months.
You've learned over the years in the NBA not to go on rumors, you just wait until it happens. But when it happened, it was like new life, a second win. So, you know, coming to this situation is great, and hopefully it'll be a three-peat and first championship for me.
After tying a franchise record with 57 wins and advancing to the conference finals last year, the Cavs feel comfortable when mentioned among the league's elite.
That stuff's not hanging over our head anymore, and we know that we're a good basketball team. We know that we can get to the Eastern Conference Finals. We know that we can compete with Chicago, and I just think there's a lot more confidence this year in camp, and we expect to do well.
One of the reasons for this confidence is the addition of an experienced veteran who fills a specific role.
One thing that this team was wanting
and needed was a guy who can just flat out run and do it in the open floor. And that's my game. So I think I'll be able to play my game here, and all the outside shooting as well as the rebounding and the inside game will take care of itself.
The Detroit Pistons have undergone a radical rebuilding program in the past year, but even with the departure of longtime general manager Jack McCloskey and head coach Chuck Daly and an aging core of veterans, some people are still cautiously optimistic.
I still think we're going to be a good team. How good, I don't know yet, because a lot of things have to happen. We have to see how guys fit into the system, how we play off of one another. A lot of things have to develop as the season goes along. But barring injuries, we think that we're going to be, we'll be in the hunt.
With the familiar backcourt tandem of Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars running the show, management hopes the recent acquisition of Olden Polynice from the Clippers and Terry Mills through free agency will add some interior scoring punch to the offense. But until Dennis Rodman decides to report, the team's future will remain a mystery. After a first-round playoff sweep at the hands of Boston last year, the Pacers hope their new team is ready to cast aside the label of unfulfilled potential.
This team is so close to becoming what everybody wants it to become that I think if they, number one, come together more as a team, and I think this change in the chemistry is going to help, and that we stay healthy for 82 games, we certainly have an opportunity to go further in the playoffs. But those things are intangibles, and we'll just have to see how they evolve as the season progresses.
Second-year forward Dale Davis and center Rick Smits are expected to offer valuable support. But according to Reggie Miller, it's the open court skills of Pooh Richardson that have him excited.
Well, I call him a mini version of Magic Johnson. This is a guy who has eyes in the back of his head. All you really need to do is give him the ball in the middle of the court, and it's going to be exciting.
After 9 outstanding seasons with the Atlanta Hawks, Dominique Wilkins tore his Achilles tendon last winter, and despite questions about their collective well-being, he and the Hawks are ready to soar again.
Well, I think we'll just take it one step at a time. I think we're going to be a good team, but I think we have to get over that first hump, and that's getting past the first round of the playoffs. And I know that if we stay healthy, we'll be in the playoffs.
Steady support this year will come from guard Stacey Augmon and rebounding phenom Kevin Willis.
This year's confidence is even higher. Had a great workout summer. I worked out extremely hard. I'm as strong as I've ever been. I worked on my game a lot, so it's going to be a tough one. But I think I can win.
After failing to make the playoffs for the first time in 14 seasons, Frank Hamblin was replaced as head coach of the Bucks by former Laker coach Mike Dunleavy. And with an overwhelmingly young roster, Dunleavy sees no problem in determining a game plan.
Well, we'll try and play more of an up-tempo game where we get our players out, young players out, and play 94 feet.
Leading the charge will be former Utah Jazz teammates Eric Murdoch and Blue Edwards, acquired in a draft day trade. Joining them will be Anthony Avent of Seton Hall and Lee Mayberry of Arkansas. With these youngsters in place, the Bucks feel they have something to build on.
We had a lot of veteran players, and we didn't have the success that we wanted to have. And they just wanted to see some young blood, new blood in the organization, and they're going to get plenty of it this year.
After going 17-10 in February and March, the Hornets feel poised to shed the image of an expansion franchise. And last year's Rookie of the Year thinks he knows just how to do it.
We have to find a way to, when we establish a lead early, to maintain and hold that lead and go ahead on and win the game. I think one of the main things, our team has to get that killer instinct and just let all the veteran teams know that once they come into the hive, that they have a game on their hands.
While point guard Tony Bennett's been an impressive second-round pick, there's another Hornets Charlotte would like to welcome into the hive.
I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I'm just anxiously waiting for the process to be done so I can get on and start just concentrating on basketball.
Next up, it's the Midwest Division. That's after the break here on Screen Sports. West, where the Utah Jazz look to repeat as divisional champs. Behind the dream team duo of John Stockton and Karl Malone, Utah have posted 5 straight 50-win seasons.
How many times have I said that in the last 4? Deja vu.
With the emergence of sharpshooter Jeff Malone as a go-to guy for Utah and the acquisition of Jay Humphries from Milwaukee, the Jazz now boast one of the best 3-guard rotations in the league.
I haven't had the opportunity to play in the finals or even in a conference final, so that's the first goal, and then getting it over the hump.
Another key pickup from the Bucks is Larry Krystkowiak.
Krystkowiak, having the abilities that he has, I think can play some 3 at times and also play the 5 position for us. So I think it gives us a little bit more flexibility to be able to play a little bit smaller maybe, and also play a little bit bigger.
The Jazz will have to play big to fend off the San Antonio Spurs, who don't plan on backing down from anyone this season. Buoyed by defensive standout David Robinson, the Spurs look to turn it around under new coach Jerry Tarkanian.
He's one of the nicest guys you'll meet, and I think that he's a great motivator. He's great bringing a team together and having a team play hard.
Coach Tark will have to blend a strong nucleus with new additions Dale Ellis, guard Vinny Del Negro, and his personal project, playground legend Lloyd Daniels.
I just love the game, and I got a good guy in my corner. Coach Tarkanian, he know what I can do with a basketball.
In playing both backcourt positions, Daniels has looked super in pre-season, but budding superstar Sean Elliott just may be the real key to San Antonio's season-long quest to capture the Midwest. The Houston Rockets have dreams of their own, and with a talented core group of players, the Rockets seem ready for takeoff.
It's a good situation for us to have 4 guys that are used to playing with each other. It's definitely much easier to gel with guys that you already have an idea of what they're doing.
Now that coach Rudy Tomjanovich will be at the helm for a full year, a team chemistry is taking shape. And if that's not enough, add impressive newcomer Robert Horry to the mix.
But Horry saves it somehow. Horry trying to get down the middle, a running 10-foot jumper. Good. Tough shot by Robert Horry. Oh, that was an NBA shot.
Robert has a lot of talent, a great athletic basketball body, and an NBA prototype player. So hopefully with all of those accolades coming in, that he'll be ready to make himself felt.
In Minnesota, another rookie, former Dream Teamer Christian Laettner, is eager to make an impact on the young and building franchise.
If we can go up there and, maybe win 8 or 9 or 10 more games than they did last year, that's going to be a successful season for us, so that's what I'm trying to do.
Laettner will get some major help from point guard Michael Williams, who will provide core leadership, and the irrepressible Chuck Person, who will be, well, Chuck Person.
It's good again. Person holds his hands up to the sky, shaking his head as if to say, I can't even believe how good I am.
My expectation level really soars because of the addition of these 3 people in particular. And obviously, when you bring talented people into your program, it adds excitement. It adds to our ability to go out and compete on a night-to-night basis.
You can bet that the Dallas Mavericks will be off and running this year as they try to take advantage of their infusion of youth.
The mindset of the coaching staff is to bring exciting basketball here. So even though you're an underdog, people come in with the idea that there's a chance you can win.
Many games will fall into the capable hands of veteran Derek Harper, who will lead this cast of unknown Mavs.
We have players on our basketball team that people aren't familiar with around the NBA or what have you. And, it's going to be important for those guys to try and get experience.
A player Dallas would love to see get some NBA experience is their first-round draft choice, Jimmy Jackson, who's currently unsigned.
I'm very confident that both sides will come to some sort of agreement, hopefully in time so I can get in there and play.
The Nuggets first-year coach Dan Issel has his sights set on a big turnaround, but he'll be patient.
The only expectations I have is that we play hard every night and that we play unselfishly.
Now get out there and play.
This year, the man in the middle, Dikembe Mutombo, will be complemented by promising rookies Bryant Smith and the exciting LaFonso Ellis.
That's the way to play!
With the talent that we have here in Denver, hopefully in a couple of years, that'll mean a playoff contender.
there's a feeling of that freshness. Everyone's fairly young, so I'm looking very forward to it. And once we can start progressing, we'll just be coming up, all of us together.
Because of the youth movement in Denver, legend Walter Davis called it quits after 14 seasons. In 1978, Davis entered the league and promptly captured Rookie of the Year honors. His sweet scoring touch made him a 6-time All-Star and a vital cog in the Suns' offense.
Davis got it into his foul.
Walter Davis, what a jump shot. Great offensive player for us and a real key to our success in the late 70s.
In 1988, Davis became a gun for hire as he first shot it up in Denver and then moved on to Portland.
Davis, his first shot. Oh, the Greyhound!
But that next year, he was a Nugget again for 1 year.
And to Walter, right side, goes baseline, beats Mitchell, reverse layup, good!
Had he played this season, he would have squared off against his nephew, Hubert Davis, who looks like he's going to carry on the family tradition. Now that we have you on the edge of your seat, it's time for the top 10 preseason plays of the week.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It looks like the Admiral has the Spurs back on a steady course.
David over the head, slam dunk. 20 points now for David Robinson and another.
At number 9, Michael Jordan picks up right where he left off last year, and that's not good news for the rest of the league.
Yes, the underhand in off the glass. MJ with 10.
It's time for the Shaq attack to debut in the countdown. At number 7, second-year man Rick Fox shows that his rookie year was no fluke.
Strong move by Fox as he overpowered Benoit and Krystkowiak.
And I bet you guys never thought you'd see this again.
Magic, no look, bounce to Worthy. Doing a nice bounce pass to James Worthy, who is a big-time finisher.
At number 5, Robert Horry shows us why he's a rocket on the rise.
Up to Horry. That was planned from the top of the key. Horry gave him the signal by pointing up to the air.
Mark Jackson may miss New York, but he's not playing that way.
Look at that pass by Mark Jackson. Danny Manning.
Does Sean Kemp ever get an opportunity to get into a countdown?
Inside, and Sean Kemp tomahawks it home.
At number 2, the newest sun is burning down the house.
Oh, what a pass to Johnson to Barkley. Can't do it any better than that. Timeout, Ron Rothstein. You're able to lift the roof off this one.
Owner of this week's superior performance is Shaquille O'Neal, who's terrorizing opponents on both ends of the floor.
Major league block by Shaquille. Look at end-to-end heroics. The Shaq monster. People just got their money from.
It's showtime and it's competition time. And if you'd like to join the best players from the NBA in Salt Lake City for the 43rd All-Star Game, then listen up. The game is being played on the 21st of February, and if you know your NBA basketball, you could be there courtside to enjoy the action. We'll have a grand prize draw of weekly competition winners with the chance of winning 2 flights to Salt Lake City courtesy of American Airlines, official sponsors of the NBA. Each week, a top NBA player will ask you a question, and if you have the right answer, then you stand to win a weekly prize of some fabulous NBA gear. Plus, your name will go forward into the hat for the grand prize draw on the 31st of January. So, if you know your NBA basketball, you could be in Salt Lake City this February for the 43rd All-Star Game, courtesy of American Airlines and, of course, Screen Sport. And keep watching during the regular season for further updates and more information. Since making this program, Magic Johnson has had a change of heart and has once again announced his retirement from the game. Johnson said he made the decision because of continuing controversies surrounding his comeback. The majority of players and coaches had welcomed his return, but there were a few who'd expressed concern that they might become infected by Johnson's AIDS virus during the course of the rough and tumble of game days.
I know a lot of you want to know that, but HIV virus. My wife is fine, she's negative, so no problem with her. I plan on going on, living for a long time, bugging you guys like I've always have. So you'll see me around. I plan on being with the Lakers in the league. Hopefully David will have.
He'd been promised $14 million for playing one season, but will end his NBA career having played 5 preseason games for the Lakers this year. So this time it really is goodbye. Screen Sports' first game from the NBA is a big one as the defending champion Chicago Bulls take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs won't be easy opponents for the Bulls, a fact not lost on Scottie Pippen.
Cleveland's still a strong team. You never can count them out. They got a real big lineup. They're real strong. Got shot blockers. With Pryor, he's probably one of the quickest guards in the game. Great shooter. Can't say enough about their team. They're real fundamentally sound.
Coach Phil Jackson also has the greatest respect for the Cavaliers.
Well, we think that the Cleveland Cavaliers will be a very good team. Last year they played the first month without Mark Price. This year they have Mark Price start the season. They made an additional signing of Gerald Wilkins. I think they've helped themselves out considerably.
So the countdown to the new NBA season is on in earnest. You'll see all the big names, the great plays, and the very best matches over the coming months here on Screen Sport. Plus, of course, extensive coverage of the playoffs and the NBA Finals. It promises to be a great season, and where better to watch it than on Europe's #1 basketball channel.
Watch the magic of the NBA. So watch the European Sports Network.